All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Everyday Upland. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for participating. Thank you for commenting. I got to thank all my Redditors who, chime in on my videos when I ask questions. You guys leave comments. I had a really good discussion earlier. Um, I've come to realize that I made a mistake on my video yesterday. I kept on calling um, outdoor decor. I kept on calling that ornaments. It's not ornaments. That's just I don't know what was going on yesterday, but I was thinking something else. But anyhow, I'm gonna make that correction. It's not ornaments. It's outdoor decor that's new to Upland. So today's topic is Upland strategy and vision moving forward. And one of the reasons why I'm really here to talk about that today is based on my video that I did, the discussion kind of continued on chasing yield. And a question was brought to me, which really made sense. And it's something that I didn't, not necessarily at the time, anyways. It wasn't something that at the point of that, up to the point of that video, it wasn't something that you needed to really think about. And the question is what happens if you chase yield and then Upland reduces your yield or monthly yield on the property, which is going to happen. And the reason why that's going to happen is what has been coming out. All these new utilities that's being brought to the game. All right. So everyone already knows about MetaVenture, right? So you could have your Block Explorer shop, you could have your NFLPA legits. Now they're coming out with outdoor decor, and eventually you'll be able to sell those. And then they're going to be implementing cars because now you're able to put your car on your home address, and some of those vehicles will be used to transport these decor to different location throughout the different cities in Upland. So when that question was posed to me at the time, I said, well, it's something that I didn't really consider because at the very beginning that there wasn't anything really that Upland had brought new for me to now say, okay, maybe it's something I should consider a different strategy in chasing yield. But now that Upland is bringing out these different utilities, now you have utility for your home, you have utility for the property, and soon you'll be able to open new meta ventures. And Upland will bring in more and more and more of these things in the game. You don't necessarily need to start a meta venture on your own. You could do what a lot of people have already been doing with the legits and the block explorers, where you what's the what how would they say consignment type thing, I guess you would call it, where you would let someone sell it for you and they take a percentage. So this is going to be another way for people to generate upex in the game. So with that, and with that question being posed, it now, it comes to me where the ideas come to me now that, yeah, well, chasing yield is good up until a certain point in the game, and then you'd have to adjust your strategy based on what's new. So every time something comes into the game, or Upland decides that they're going to introduce something into the game, you have to now take a step back and say, okay, how can I use this? Where do I need to place myself so this new feature in the game can benefit me? And also, do I want to take part in it? Meaning, do I need to open a meta venture Do I need to buy a whole bunch of these things and do like a consignment to one of these meta ventures that other people or well-known YouTubers like myself and others who have opened meta venture shops, and so I can generate some additional UPX because yields have now gone down. That seems to be something that's coming in the future when it comes to Upland, right? So it's something that we really have to now sit back and try and get a better understanding and try to really think and plan your steps moving forward because the game is changing. It's not necessarily all about, because when I started, the game was really about getting collections, to now it's reached a point where it's not necessarily about collections. If you get collections, that's great for you. But if you don't, you can have the opportunity of being a part of a node. And depending on how many properties you own in that node, you could make a ton of money. There's some nodes right now where I only going to speak of nodes that I'm a part of, where just to get into that node, it's about 55,000 UPIX at the floor. So these are the things that we as players got to sit down and think about and strategize and how we're going to go about every time a new city opens. You really got to sit back and think about that because you don't want to just go and just mint whatever you can and then hope you could flip it, because I noticed in Porto that wasn't really happening that much for me. I was lucky in the Rio, the second opening. I was able to flip, and I just went in to buy with the intention of just flipping everything. I bought approximately 22 properties. So far, I've flipped probably about 8 or 9 of them, right? So that's very good for me because previously I wasn't doing that. So as the game goes along, I kind of change my strategy. Um, as I see how Upland is operating, you're having sometimes 2 city releases within a couple of days. So you can't just go in there and just go nuts and mint everything you can. You really got to sit back and strategize, because even with Rio second opening, at a certain point in the game, I started to slow down because I started to notice that, you know, there wasn't this rapid minting happening. You could actually go around, look, search for whatever types of properties that you're looking for. I believe like the name properties and I believe the name properties, those went pretty quickly. People strategized on which neighborhoods that they wanted to make sure their block explorer reached. So possibly that one of those neighborhoods may be a collection, and um, even the ones that we speculated as YouTubers speculated, some of them, anyways. I can't speak on all, but some of the ones I speculated were just standard collections. So you really got to do your research. You really got to take the time and figure out and strategize how you're going to go about minting, how you're going to go about earning additional UPIX. Are you going to open a meta venture? Are you going to try and buy a vehicle? Are you going to race? Are you going to just be like a delivery business? Like what? There's so many aspects now to the game. Like you really have to sit back and think about things. Like right here, I'm in Kansas City right now, and this is a small neighborhood, really tiny neighborhood. The lot sizes are pretty nice. There's a lot of properties available here. So like I'm like thinking, I gotta go around, whether it's here in Kansas City or maybe in a new city once that's released, to find a city that have a certain type of property size that I'll be able to maybe come up with an idea, because a lot of YouTubers have started their own types of nodes. Like I haven't really gotten into that because I don't necessarily want my node to be like everybody else's node. I've come up with some ideas on how I want to do it, but I got to make sure that, like I find the perfect neighborhood that I can get in, buy up as many properties as I can, get others like you guys who watch me and support me to be a part of that node. And we will do a different type of um, node that's not really been done so far. And this one is going to incorporate the very or the many different aspects of the game that's been introduced right now. So there's so many things to really sit back and think about and plan, because now you don't necessarily have to be like me or anybody else with this amount, 288 properties. That may not be necessary. You could just go in, come in the game, buy 5 to 10 properties, and use those. Like I say, you can meta venture, you could build a home, add these outdoor decor to it to decorate it, various things that you can do. So, guys, like, I did do that video about chasing yield. Yes, it makes sense. And to be honest, you still could do it today, right? You still could do it up to this point. But as I see it right now, Upland is releasing a lot of things, okay? There's a lot of things coming out. More utility is being brought to the game. So now you have to really sit back and say, what do I want to do? What ideas do I have? You got to get into Discord. Something I need to really work on, and it's not that I need to work on it. It's just a little difficult for me to keep pace with it, is getting into the Discord and networking, because some of these guys are on 24/7s. I don't have the ability or the time to do that. But if you guys that watch are able to do it, that's something that's also another key to this game, is networking, communicating with all the people throughout the game who are a part of other nodes, who are a part of other cities that their favorite cities are, and just getting to know individuals and really building a community, because there's so many aspects to this game right now. It's not like how it was when I first started, where it was just all about the properties and accumulating properties. Everything you do today and going forward, I will say it has to be calculated. You can't just guess. You can't just jump in and just go wild anymore. Those days have passed, right? Those days are gone. So you have to really sit back, do your research on these new releases, um, get into the Discord, talk to all the people around. Some people have some insights on things that you may not be able to discover by, say, watching my videos, because I'm not really in on the Discord as much as I would want to. But you got to get in there, network with people. You get a better understanding of the game. You get a better feel of where Upland is going in the future. Upland is not going to tell you what direction they're heading. It's something like you have to figure out. That's why I say for myself, that's something I have to work on, is getting into the Discord so I can get a better idea of what's happening, to see if whatever ideas that I do come up with when I do decide to start up a node, for example, it will be something that can work within the game with what is coming in the future, right? So there's a lot of things about this game that I never took into consideration from the moment I started up, pretty much up to this video. Like now, because of the rapid release of cities, decor, cars, racing, what else? I guess collections, international cities, nodes, all of these things is something you got to really and truly write them all down on a piece of paper, do like a SWOT analysis of the strengths and the weaknesses and stuff like that. based on what it is that you yourself would like to do and how you can apply that to the game. The game is changing. Um, it's changing for the better. I can say that much. It's changing for the better. It's changing for the entrepreneurship direction. So you have to be add value to Upland to really be successful in this game. It's not like how it used to be. Um, you know, city releases possibly could change in the future. They may not be as hectic as they once were because some individuals that I would communicate with here in the comments on my YouTube videos, and also searching on Twitter, which I spend a lot more time there, but not as much information is revealed there. I guess because Twitter's a little too open, but that they skipped out on some of the releases because they wanted to work on whatever it is that they had plans for. And that's something us as players in this game have to consider, is skipping out on certain city openings so you can get to where you want to go in the game, right? So the game is doing the game right now is where you have to now think and strategize, and like I said, try to picture or try to speculate of the different directions that Upland may be going in and how you can apply yourself to that. I know I've said that before, but it's something like it's really important, and you really have to spend that time to do that because this game is changing, it's changing for the better. And if you're not going to change with the game, you definitely are going to be left behind and you're not going to be successful in this game. And I want all the people that come on my live, all the people that leave comments on my YouTube, all the individuals that leave comments under my videos in Reddit. And I love the Reddit crew. You guys are awesome. You guys really, challenge some of the things that I have, that I put out there, and make me really have to take a step back and think about some of the stuff I have to say, and how I speak on it. Right. So I love that. I interact a lot on Reddit. I really enjoy the Reddit platform and the Upland community. Um, I guess you'd call it page or a subreddit, in on Reddit, and it's very, very informative. I now need to now bring that over to Discord and see if I can get some even more information and a better and a clearer understanding of where Upland is going. I made a mistake the other yesterday on the whole ornaments thing. I was corrected because I you know, use the wrong wording, and that's okay. I'm cool with it. I can take corrections. I don't mind. I actually appreciate it because that just helps me out and helps me to bring more value to my viewers. So guys, it's something you must consider. Take a step back, strategize for the vision of Upland in the future, how you can apply yourself, and what you're going to do to earn those additional upics, because this whole reduction in yield, it's coming. I don't know how far it is away, but it's coming very soon because Upland, like I've said it before, and maybe this is my third or fourth video talking about it, that it's gonna be rapid fire. Okay, so once again, guys, if this content was very valuable to you, please leave a comment. Anything that you want to talk about, just leave it down below. Um, Please hit that subscribe button. I have a lot of viewers that just watch and are not subscribed. Please, guys, I hope this video will encourage you to hit that subscribe button. I would like to increase my subscriber base, and that will, encourage me even more to put out more and more valued content, because now I have even more people that I got to make sure you guys are happy with the stuff that I'm putting out. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching Everyday Upland. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Share, and as always, leave a comment down below in the comment box. Find me on Reddit, in the Upland Reddit subreddit. You can leave a comment there. We can have a discussion. I have a lot of different people that I have discussion with on a regular basis on my videos. So come on in, join in on that subreddit so we all can, communicate and be members, better members of this community, and be a more informed group on this Everyday Upland podcast that I do. And that will help me, and they will help everybody else who watches these videos, and that will help them to gain a lot of information that they may have not really considered or seen or heard anywhere else. All right, guys, thank you all for watching another episode of Everyday Upland, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.